Hey there anime lovers, welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll be counting down the top 10 new Isekai anime series to watch. So, without further delay, let's dive into the list. The Great Cleric. After his untimely death as the hardest working salaryman in Japan, Lucille is reincarnated into a magical fantasy world. Always the man with a plan, he recreates himself to be a healer and sets about making his way in this new world. But while Lucille knows a thing or two about making money, he knows absolutely nothing about this world. Will his good heart and great work ethic be enough to make him the Great Cleric? The aristocrat's otherworldly adventure, serving gods who go too far. Shiina Kazuya dies protecting a girl and awakens in a world of magic and swords as Kane von Silford, a member of an aristocratic family. Blessed by the gods with extraordinary stats, his chaotic life begins as he navigates adventures, facing trouble and finding allies along the way. Kane's journey is filled with quests, growth, and the pursuit of justice in this fantastical realm. Am I actually the strongest? As Shedden is reborn into a new world, hoping for a peaceful life. Despite being born into royalty, his weak magic leads his parents to abandon him in a monster-infested forest. Little do they know, his magic is incredibly powerful. Now, he must navigate this world and use his immense abilities to achieve the peaceful life he longs for, facing challenges and forging his own path along the way. Sweet Reincarnation. A promising pastry maker met his demise, leaving the world without ever having achieved his dream of creating the world's greatest pastry. However, he is given another chance at life, reborn as the son of a poor lord. The boy's name is Pastry, and he is destined to become the next lord of the territory. Thus, the struggles of young Pastry's story begin as he endeavors to bring smiles to people's faces with his desserts and create a land abundant with happiness. The most heretical last boss queen, from villainous to savior. A normal high school student in Japan reincarnates into the 8-year-old body of Princess Pride, the final boss of an autumn game. But the MC decides to drop the maniacal villainous plan and protect the male love interests instead, cheating her way to saving everyone she can. Will this final boss end up earning the adoration of her kingdom? Kamikatsu working for God in a godless world. As heir to a cult leader, Yukito centers his life around the mysterious goddess Mitama, but everything changes after he's killed during a ritual gone wrong. To his surprise, Yukito is reborn into a world with no concept of God, and in this world, life and death are decided by the imperial state. As Yukito fights to protect his new village, someone from his past life lends a helping hand. Why Raeliana ended up at the Duke's mansion. The MC dies in modern-day Seoul and gets reincarnated in a novel as an extra character named Raeliana, who eventually gets killed off during the story. To avoid her second death, she hatches a plan to stay alive, one that involves a devilish duke and a phony engagement. She pretends to be the fiancé of the male lead for 6 months. Will Raeliana be able to avoid her ill-fated ending, or is history doomed to repeat itself? Reborn as a vending machine, now I wander the dungeon. After dying in a traffic accident, MC finds himself standing near an unfamiliar lake. His body won't move, he can't hear his voice, it seems he's turned into a vending machine. He can only do what actual vending machines can. It's impossible for him to move by himself, and there's no way for him to have any meaningful conversation. How is he going to survive some fantasy world's dungeon like this? Dead Mount Death Play. After losing a legendary battle, the powerful necromancer known as the Corpse God casts a spell to reincarnate themselves into another world and ends up in modern-day Shinjuku, in the body of a boy named Polka Shinoyama, who has just had his throat slit by an assassin. Thinking that this new world could provide the peaceful life they desired in the last one, the Corpse God takes on Polka's identity and soon ingratiates themselves with the Shinjuku underworld. I got a cheat skill in another world and became unrivaled in the real world too. The story of this anime revolves around Yuya Tenjo, who is an overweight, short and meek high schooler who is bullied at school and tormented by his family except for his grandfather, who is the only person who cares for him. When his grandfather dies and leaves Yuya as the sole inheritor of his house, his parents expel him from home and force him to live there alone. But inside the house, Yuya discovers a portal to another world, where he obtains the power to change his life forever.